How's it, Lions? In today's video we're going to be doing something different. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. But inside of today's video, what we're going to be focusing on is the best settings which I feel like are for Stream Elements OBS in recording and streaming. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. I am pretty sure that many of you have requested this for quite some time, and I also do feel that this is something that many of the South African community would love, as these are the best settings I have right here as a South African streamer for doing this for about 1 year, and it is going to be really awesome. I really do hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please leave a like, rating, and also subscribe and share to your friends, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. Let's get into this. As first of all, I want to state that I am using Stream Elements. I am also on my YouTube profile, on my scenes profile, so you can definitely use this to stream on either YouTube or Stream Elements. However, that is for another day on a tutorial on how to switch over profiles and etc. So first of all, before you get into any settings, I'd like for you to familiarize yourself with what you will see on the screen. So first of all, we're going to be starting on the left side of the Stream Elements OBS. It does change the look from time to time, and we will be going through the best settings in just a few moments, but I want you to make sure that you familiarize yourself. So as you can see, I am on OBS 26.1.1, 64-bit on Windows, and I'm on my profile on YouTube on a scenes profile. Sometimes people will neglect to look at this. Just now you're on maybe your Twitch information, and then you can you start a stream and you're wondering why you're not live on YouTube while you are actually streaming to Twitch. So first of all, we have File, Edit, View, Profile, Scene Collection, Tools, Help, and Stream Elements. So the most important one would be Stream Elements, that you would set up all of your different things on the software. As you can cloud backup, you can do the most stable tested version. I am on the default, and you can do beta and cloud backup. There's check for updates, switch to OBS Studio. So with the software you can always switch to just regular OBS if you wish to, but the best I feel like is Stream Elements OBS. You can also uninstall it right over here. You can report issues, Stream Elements live support, and log out. So from time to time you will have to log back in or log out. It is just the safest way for your information be kept, and also just to make sure everything is running smoothly. Now you might see that I have something different on my screen here, but that is because I have combined my chat and my activity feed. Usually the one would be on the right side or on the left side, but I feel like I can get a lot more space to see what is going on if everything is working properly on stream by dragging the one on the other one. And same goes for my scenes and my sources. So for example, right now I'm on my scenes and I can just click on my starting soon one, and then I can switch to my camera, main screen, or even my stream has ended, and it will automatically just do the transition. But I would like to stay on the starting soon so I can show you guys the sources. And here's the regular sources where you would put in your URL for the overlay and the mic and the audio and whichever else you would want to be on that screen. Now we have the audio mixer. Here we can either mute or unmute. Sometimes there might be a few. You can just like right click on it and then hide it if you wish to. And something some people do not really look at in starting is, I feel like if you're using an overlay you might have to refresh it sometimes. So you just do that by clicking on it and then refreshing it, and same goes with cameras if they're not appearing and things like that. So then we have our controls. Here you can see it: start stream, start virtual camera. As for that, I have not tested that out yet. That has been here for quite some time, and I feel like it does not serve a major purpose as the rest of the functions. So then you can also see there is start recording, there is studio mode, there is settings, exit, and then there's the live support. Now also, if you look at the bottom, you will see it tells you for how long you have been live. However, remember that this is not how long you have been live for, because it will be a couple of minutes that it connects to the actual software. As for here, it shows you for how long you have been recording, shows you your CPU usage and the frames per second. Also, it shows here more version details and also scene transitions, which you can always just customize. You can make it smaller, bigger, whichever you prefer. Now, with the next information, you guys do understand that there's chat, and that over here sometimes you will have to refresh it. You can just click the button right over there, or you can even get rid of it if you're just using the YouTube Studio or Twitch, where it'll show the chat. But as for the rest of the information, let's us get into settings.
Nice.
Alrighty, so to get to your settings, you would want to push either File and then go to your settings, or you could go to settings right down here. So let us start off with the general settings. Now, first of all, use the dark theme. If you use any other theme, I really don't like you. Because it is the best. If you want to just hurt your eyes by saying white, oh my gosh, that hurts my eyes. It honestly, no one likes that. Now, when you go in, it'll say automatically check for updates. I always have that on so that I can just see what if there is an update before streaming, and maybe then I don't start streaming and see, oh, there's an update, now everything is ruined, or everything falls behind in time. So make sure to have that on. It just gives a much better organized structure to your streaming, and make sure that you run into less problems. So as for the output, I do not have anything ticked over here. I do not even change any settings for here on the general page, other than setting the actual theme and that I want it in English. But most of the stuff you can just leave, or you can copy as to how you see it right now by pausing. And we're going to go to the next step of the information, which is the actual stream. So when we go to the actual stream, you will see this is where you will choose the service, such as Twitch, YouTube, or TMP's beta, but I just use the regular one, Facebook Live, Restream.io, which is what you would use, for example, going live on Twitch. If you are a South African, you can also use Twitter and show all if there are any others that you would like to stream on. However, YouTube is the main one, and Twitch. So what you would want to click is the YouTube primary ingest server. You don't want to be streaming on a backup. Then over here is your stream key. Now where you would get this would actually be on your channel on either YouTube or Twitch. You would have to get your stream key, and then you just copy and paste it right into here. If you want to show it, you can do it there, but you should never really show someone your stream key. And I think you can also get it by clicking get stream key right over here. Now over here it says ignore streaming service setting recommendations, and this would be the maximum video bitrate and the maximum audio bitrate, which you should actually just always abide to these two and not go above them or below them. You can stay below them obviously, and what I would like you to understand is you need to have quite a bit of a powerful connection, as in terms you would need at the minimum a 5 meg line to stream, but that is not even playing games. So I would say the recommended for streaming would be a 10 megabyte line for your Wi-Fi connection. Now we're going to get over to the output section. Now that we are here at the output section, you will see here is my streaming settings and I am on advanced. So when you are on advanced, you can always obviously go back to simple, but I prefer advanced as I can set a lot more and more specified things that I would prefer to. So obviously I always go with audio track 1. I don't fiddle around with my audio tracks as I don't really need to. Then with my encoder, your NVIDIA graphics card has an NVENC new. So this tutorial is more focused towards those with NVIDIA graphics cards. I am not too sure about AMD's as I have not had an AMD graphics card. But then if you do not have a graphics card, you would have to use your processor, which is the X264, and it should be that for most of you. For the rate control, you would want to click CBR, and bitrate is going to be 5500. I feel is the best. You can always go a different number if you don't have at least 5 megs, because this is at the least 5.5 megs and kilobytes per second if you just change it. But then for the next part, you want to have 2 here for your keyframe interval. You want to preset on quality, but you can always change this to whatever you want. This is the best settings, so what I feel like is the most efficient to run for streaming. Then you would want to run a high profile, a look ahead, and psycho visual tuning. Make sure these 2 are ticked, but also make sure that you have 0 over here on your GPU and the max B frames would be 2, and make sure to apply once you are done. The same goes for your stream and general settings. As for with audio, there is not anything major here that you would need to focus on unless you actually want to change more specified settings for your microphone, and that I can get into another video for you guys if you guys have a standalone microphone not on your headset. But for the main things, you would want to copy what I have here. There isn't major different things you want to do. You can always change your mic auxiliary to just default. I have a ton of microphones, that's why it's like that, and it is not a good thing to have a ton of microphones, but it is just how it is of having a camera that can capture audio, your headset that can capture audio, and your standalone microphone, not to mention anything else, and there would be different things as well. So what you would want to have your settings is similar to this. There isn't really much I can get into with hotkeys as I do not use them. With the video, it is important to have your base canvas resolution on whatever it is, but then also your downscale filter should be on Lancros shaping scale tune to 36 samples, which is really good. But obviously you can go lower if you have a worse GPU, or not worse GPU, a lower end GPU or lower end processor. Now obviously the most common FPS would be 60, but if you need a downscale you can as well. This is the best setting, so keep that in mind. But if you feel that your PC cannot run this as well, there is no harm in downscaling always, as it is whatever works best for you and your PC, and you can always upgrade in the future. So when we go to the next part, it is hotkeys. As I have said earlier, I do not use hotkeys. I just manually operate all of the different settings. Now, if you go to advanced, you can go into more information over here. I would recommend copying my settings over here, as it is what I feel is the best and most efficient. So I would keep my process priority on normal. You can always make it above normal or on high, but that also is dependent on your graphics card. So your renderer can be DirectX 11, NV12, color space is 709, and also color range I keep on full. As for then recording, file name formatting is over here. You can change this to your heart's content. I do not worry too much about this stuff, but it all depends on you for your recording settings. But I usually just make it so that my recording is the same as my stream, and you can set that anywhere, somewhere in the settings. I think I've already went past it, but with the stream delay you can always enable that to whatever you want. I change this from time to time, and sometimes I enable it, sometimes I don't. As you can see, it does take memory to have a delay, but most people won't even worry about that. Like 10 megs right here, that just takes 10 megs of your RAM and your processing on your PC. So what I would want to recommend as well, automatically do reconnect. Make sure if you do not have the most stable Wi-Fi connection, you should have about maximum of 20 tries, retry about like every 5 seconds or so, in case if that depends also on how likely is your Wi-Fi to reconnect. For example, if you're on something like Rain, which is honestly not one of the best connection services in the country, then you would want to make sure that it only retries a minimum of times, because you know that it possibly will not come on. Or however, remember, it is all up to you and your experience with your network connection. Now, as for the network, I have not changed anything here. I have left this all on default, and my sources over here: enable browser source hardware acceleration and hotkeys. I say never disable hotkeys, however I don't use them. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. I will get into more other tutorials to do with streaming if you require me to, such as more in-depth things with stream elements. Also, I can do things for overlays, mic settings, and all different kinds of things. Just let me know inside of the comments and I will get back to you. And also, I could make a video that will help you out a lot more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hashtag LLTK. I love you guys all 3000. Hashtag KingLion_RSA. Share the video to all your friends. I really do appreciate it, and I hope this video has helped you out. Other than that, I hope you guys had a great day. I'll see you all in the next one, and long live the king.